delighted to be talking today to our guest speaker at the Positive Living Network meetings for October. Our guest is Eunice Minford. You're very welcome, Eunice.
Thank you, Jenny.
Hi.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Oh, we're delighted. We're really looking forward to having you along. Eunice is going to be giving a talk at the end of October, our talks in Belfast and Dublin on the topic of life is medicine. So I know this is very dear to your own heart, Eunice. Would you maybe tell the people who are watching a little bit about yourself and your story and what you do for a day job and your other job?
Okay, I'll fire away. Well, I work currently as a surgeon, general surgeon in Antrim in Northern Ireland, and I've that's basically what I trained in medicine and trained in transplant surgery and general surgery, and worked in Aberdeen, Newcastle, Birmingham, London, but ended up back in sunny Northern Ireland. And during the early part of my life, I really had no interest in religion or spirituality or God or complementary medicine or anything to do with that. And I was quite anti all of that. But through my own life and different experiences and questions arose, and I began to question, if you like, my atheistic assertions that I had before, and started a period of searching and seeking. And so we'll probably share some of that in terms of where I went and what I did and what answers I came to. And so I really would like to share what I've learned along my journey, and that may resonate with some people as well, and what I've learned and how that links with our physical health. So how our spiritual health, spiritual well-being influences and impacts our physical health.
Wonderful, and it's been a really interesting journey for you. I believe that you've been along and done some work with some of the really big names, I suppose, in terms of modern spirituality. So tell me a bit about some of the people that you've spent some time with.
Yeah, well, I the first person I did a workshop with was called Debbie Ford, and some of you may have heard of her. She runs a workshop in America called the Shadow Process. And then I also did some workshops with Deepak Chopra over a period of a few years, and Caroline Myss as well. And closer to home, I did some work with John O'Donoghue.
Lovely.
And other places I went to Findhorn, and I also heard some talks from people like Wayne Dyer, Eckhart Tolle, Neil Donald Walsh. So I've had a broad range of people that were part of my searching and seeking.
Wow, fantastic. And in addition to your day job as a consultant general surgeon, have I got those words the right way around? I keep getting consultant surgeon general and consultant general surgeon the wrong way around. But in addition to that, you've trained as an interfaith minister, and also you did an applied master's in spirituality at Milltown in Dublin. Is that correct?
Yes, how could I forget those?
Just like that, just little things like that.
Yes, I did from a couple of years training in London, which was flying backwards and forwards at weekends with trained as an interfaith minister and spiritual counsellor with Miranda, who I think you know, and some of the people in Northern Ireland
That's right.
may
She's
know
coming to
as well.
visit us in November, Miranda McPherson.
Yeah. And then I did a master's in Milltown Institute in Dublin with the Jesuits on applied spirituality.
Wow.
And then over the last 5 years, I've been sort of training in esoteric healing and esoteric philosophy. And I suppose I'm bringing everything together in terms of what I've learned along the way and what I currently am learning and continuing to learn with the esoteric work in terms of understanding ourselves at the level of energy. So the esoteric is really about knowing that we are energetic beings and that everything is energy, that if we really want to get to the heart of something, to the root cause of it, that we need to understand what's going on at the level of energy. So the esoteric understandings that resonated with me, and they also I found that I was able to link in my understandings from science and the physical body and anatomy and physiology and how I understood our health and well-being before, with the energetic and the esoteric understandings as well.
Wonderful. So you've been able to create a new paradigm for yourself where you're able to actually blend the two, the Western medicine and the esoteric teachings in a way that works for you and presumably for your clients and your patients.
Yeah, well, all of that's a work in progress for me in terms of integrating that into work, but certainly in terms of it's not a case of esoteric medicine is not alternative. It's very much complementary.
Right.
It's very much in addition to what Western medicine offers. So, I couldn't do it otherwise, because I work full time in Western
Yes.
medicine. So the Western medicine is great at treating symptoms and operations and removing cancers and gallstones and all of that. It's fantastic. But where I find the esoteric is helpful is in helping people to understand a bigger picture of how they come to have what they have. Getting to the root cause of the condition, understanding that how we live our lives in every way affects our health and well-being. So, and with that comes a certain degree of responsibility for how we live and the choices that we make, if we understand that all of those choices are actually impacting our physical health. So part of the life is medicine talk is about coming to, if we understand that medicine is about healing, that we can either live our lives in a way that is healing or harming. And part of what I'll be sharing is how to discern that, how to know whether the choices we're making for ourselves are healing or are they harming. And a lot of that comes back to listening to our body and honoring what we feel in the body, and learning, say, the impact of different foods, of drink, of different activities, exercise, sleep, all of these different things, how they impact our physical health and well-being. So that's one aspect of the life is medicine talk. And the other is, we tend to think of medicine as something that we swallow that has got a bad taste, but we take it because it's going to help us heal.
Yes.
But perhaps we could see a broader picture. Sometimes things happen in life that might leave a bad taste in our mouths, or that we find hard to cope with and hard to accept, or cause suffering in some way or another. But it's then again taking a step back, looking at the bigger picture of knowing who we truly are, and perhaps understanding that some of those events are perhaps endeavoring to heal us in terms of heal the separation from who we truly are.
Wonderful.
And for many people, they find, for example, illness and disease is a way that, whilst it's maybe not pleasant at the time, but it can bring them to a new understanding of how they've been living and what their priorities are. And so it's not that unusual for somebody who's had cancer, for example, to say, well, it was the best thing that ever happened to them.
Absolutely.
Because it then sent them on a whole new journey of discovery about themselves.
Yes.
And a healing journey.
It's fascinating. I mean, I did a lot of work myself with the Ulster Cancer Foundation and cancer survivors there over a course of about 3 or 4 years, and it was such a humbling experience how many people actually said that. My cancer has just been one of the best things that's ever happened to me. It gave me that wake up call. It helped me to take a step back and take a foot off the pedal and just really reassess my life. So they saw it as a hugely positive thing in hindsight, obviously.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, it's not something that we would consciously choose to have to go through.
No.
But, having, and perhaps it's coming to an understanding that maybe there is a way to live, that hopefully we wouldn't have to go through that. That we can wake up before we get the wake up call.
Lovely, lovely. Well, Eunice, I'm so excited about hearing your talk, and I thank you so much for taking the time out today to have a quick chat with me here. For those of you who would like to come along and join Eunice and hear her talk on Life as Medicine, the talk will be given on Thursday the 25th of October in the Grand Canal Hotel in Dublin, and on Wednesday the 31st of October. Do we have to dress up for Halloween that night? I wonder if we bring our costumes with us. Wednesday the 31st 1st of October at the Wellington Park Hotel, Belfast. The talks start at 7:30 both nights, and it's £10 or €10, and you can just come along and pay at the door. But you'll find full details at www.positiveliving.network.com. And once again, thank you so much, Eunice, and we're really looking forward to connecting with you this month. Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you, Jenny. Look forward to it.